All right. What is up? I'm JP. I'm an SEO specialist and a web developer here in San Francisco. I enjoy search engine optimization, getting businesses ranked on Google's first page, buyer psychology, and turning online roadblocks into revenue. This is the Digital Growth Sage channel where I break down and air out the tough stuff that's actually stopping your brand from scaling online, as well as everything I'm learning along my journey to Google's first page. No fluff, just actionable steps to get you moving faster, so let's get into it. If you can imagine, it's time to go live with your website, but you don't have all of the visuals and the images or like the assets that you need to do that. And today we're going to go over great sources for great visuals. It's going to cover stock images, AI images. First, we're going to go over the stock photos and their overall usage for professional services, and then the AI images for pros working on their websites or graphics. We're going to be adding to our WordPress media environment from one of my favorites, which is called Unsplash. So, Unsplash is, and these are all directories or pretty much like large databases full of free copyright assets. For anybody in the service professional industries, you can look up the same things I'm going to do here, and you can find specific ideas or images that you can use for yourself. So, what we're going to do today is defense lawyer, and we're going to look this up because all of these images are completely free to use. Now, there's even orientations where we can choose landscape, portrait, or specifics for what's going to meet us where we're at in our design and build. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you this exact same framework on the next platform, which is going to be Pexels. Now, Pexels has photos and videos, which is one reason why I like it a little bit more. It is a one-stop shop for the B-roll or secondary assets that you would need for some sort of campaign that you're building online. If you type in Defense Lawyer here on Pexels, you'll get quite an array of very realistic situational images. You get a bit of differentiation between nationalities, facial intent, like is the storytelling behind this image. This is where you would find that. If you wanted to switch this exact search into a video search, you can easily do so by clicking videos and then clicking enter. This will search for videos. You can hover over that video to see what it would actually look like for you to bring it over into your project. And then if you want to download it for either an image or a video, you just easily click the download button. And just like that, it's on my computer. I'm going to go back to Unsplash and actually just pick up one of the downloads from this website as well. That way we can dump them all back into our WordPress environment when we're finished. Cool. The third out of these three options that I want to show for free stock images is actually Adobe Stock. They have a very specific area called Explore Royalty-Free Stock Technology, and if we go into searching for Defense Lawyer, we will be able to find a drop-down for free assets specifically. Now, this isn't widely known, but it's a huge godsend when you're halfway through a project, you've ran out of credits or budget for the project, and you really need to find some B-roll or some sort of storytelling asset to help finish the whatever you're working on. This has been really helpful for me in some of my ad development, but especially for web design. You can see that all of these are free, and you also have filters on the left-hand side if you wanted to search for free videos or any type of other like specific settings. And Adobe Stock has come through. It's pulled through with a few defense attorney videos that it would allow us to download and use in our marketing material, copyright free. All right, sweet. So those would be the three main places. Between those three, there's definitely over 7 million assets for you to peruse through. So go through them carefully. Find images that really tell the story that you're looking to tell at the highest level possible. That way, you're not stuck later on with a website that doesn't fully tell the story that you're looking to present to your audience. The next thing up is going to be AI image generator, which I'm really excited to show you. The idea here is that I wanted to start with a prompt. That way I can ask this LLM to help me to generate what it is we're going to be designing with all of its like bells and whistles. Now, for the next two platforms, they are going to be called, the one we're on now is Grok.com. It's the LLM from X or Twitter, and then the one after it is going to be ChatGPT. The main difference between these two LLMs and the way that they design images, from what I've experienced, is that Grok is really good for developing images that are specific to blogs, specific to copywriting, beat images or beat background assets or elements for graphic design. It's also great for hyper-realistic photos and for visualization, but it's not great for representing a human. We're going to do the human AI generation on ChatGPT, and we're going to do the normal image generation on Grok. I've already put in a prompt, and I've gotten a secondary prompt back. Now let's go ahead and see Grok visualize this for us. I'm going to type in the prompt, please visualize this for me in landscape orientation. And we'll see how this works. Usually there shows two different images for this style. I asked for an image showing a client in a DUI office with sunny California outside of it, just behind the woman's back, showcasing her back and hair, and also showcasing the defense lawyer presenting her options as they move forward. We can easily download this and bring it into WordPress for later as well. And if we wanted to make small changes and updates, we can say that the nationality of the defense lawyer or even the sex of the defense lawyer needs to be changed, so it can make quick updates without ruining people's hands, which is a key beneficiary. So moving on. The next thing is going to be AI image updates of yourself. Now, I've been able to do this at different times, but I've had to use different platforms to get it to work properly. The latest platform that I've gotten this to work really well on is ChatGPT, and we're going to move forward with the exact prompt that I use and an example. The prompt that I'm going to be using is take this image of me, recreate an image of me perfect for YouTube with my eyes glancing towards one side and pointing where I'm looking. Use this photo as a stock image of me and use it to your best ability so that the background is removed and I can place it over a background. Here's the visual of me. Make sure I'm smiling and curious about how I'm helping people online with great posture. I'm going to go ahead and add an image to this prompt of myself. That way it has some base information on my data and what I look like. I'm going to go ahead and find my normal headshot, or my usual headshot, I should say. All right, there we go. And once that's uploaded, I'm going to go ahead and send this in. And it's going to analyze the image, creating a different image for us. Let's see how on point or off point this is going to be live. So I haven't done this in a couple of weeks. This is definitely not a thread that we've pre-configured. This is a fresh thread straight out the box with a couple of prompts, or actually just one prompt. Okay, you can see that there's almost like a blurry version that comes through beforehand, so you can see what it's working with or what it's going to come up with. Okay, doesn't really look like me, but it's exactly what I asked for. This is how I create images for YouTube of myself. Ideally, I would need to go back and fix how buff this guy is because that's not me. But this is the idea of how this works in a nutshell. You'd be able to take images of yourself. You'd be able to put yourself in certain settings. And especially if you're not photogenic, this would be a massive way for people to be able to still leverage their online identity and their face without needing to actually get on camera or to purchase thousands of dollars worth of equipment to make yourself look good. And I think this is a reasonable way to move forward. It's not perfect. However, if you maneuver with strategy and you include all of the information about yourself, especially with an image of you in the beginning, you'll get great results. You will need to tailor this and to make changes afterwards, but this is the overall effect of what you're able to do. One of the latest images that I was able to do this for, I used on a YouTube video. And the YouTube video is actually my best thumbnail that I've ever created. These were some of my original images for my headshots. However, this first image on the left is actually an AI image of me that I was able to curate after maybe 3 or 4 prompts working with ChatGPT, taking a couple of pictures and then positioning myself in the prompt the way I needed to for this overlay. So that pretty much sets up the foundations on this topic. This gives you a couple of million image assets to use as well as some AI platforms so that you can create images that are unique on your own. You can always go deeper on any of this, but what we covered here should get you exactly to where you're trying to go. faster control, quicker redesigns, and real digital growth without the burnout. So if this is clicking and you want to level up further, hit the subscribe, drop a comment with what challenge this helped you through, or you can book a discovery call with me and my team, and we'll give you a full website audit and we'll possibly help you win on Google. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and that's all I have to report for today. I'll talk to you soon.